Welcome to Shoes Off Talk. Yes, sir. Let's get it. All right. So basically, right now, you're watching Shoes Off Talk with Christy. Look at that.
Is it just me on the screen?
There's Christy.
Shoes off talk. Taking our shoes off.
No, we missing Tim and Larvell, their respective places that they're at. But we're going to get this party started. Yes, sir. All right. So, Christy, how you doing over there?
Amazing. I'm doing amazing. I'm having a wonderful week. I've got some friends in town from the Netherlands I get to see, so I'm super excited to see my friend and her family. And my nephew just turned 1 yesterday, so yeah, life is good. Yeah. Life is good.
That's good.
How about you, Floyd? How are you doing?
Oh man, I'm doing great.
Crashing out?
Crashing? Well, no.
Who made the topic today? Crashing out.
Well, it dawned on me. I say how we go through so much stuff. It's like, it just pops. It's just like, okay, crashing out. And actually, I was watching this this show, and the guy was speaking about crashing out and stuff. And I was like, you know what? Put a topic on that.
It's a good topic.
Yeah. Okay. But we're gonna talk about crashing out. Who out there has been crashing out? And I'm pretty sure lately, a whole lot of us been crashing out. Okay.
And what does that look like for you?
Crashing out?
Yeah. What does crashing out look like, and how did you cope?
Well, crashing out. That looks like to me, it's like a headbanger. I get to a point that everything in life is just like you want to pull out your hair, and I don't have hair, so because you want to take it out on a whole lot of people, and then you want to just go and just be like, okay, dude, pretty much get out my face, and you're just out there just want to strangle people. You just want to go out there and just, but no, it's ways you can deal with it, but some people, they just don't know how to deal with it. They just take it to heart, and that's the only thing that they know how to do, just crash out.
Right. And I think there's different types of crash out also.
Right.
There's burnout, where it's just physical exhaustion, brain fog, no motivation.
Right.
Then we have emotional crash out, where we lash out at people, uncontrollable crying. We have our nervous system can crash out, where we get in the fight or flight, that fight and flight or freeze.
Okay.
So there's spiritual crash out, where we wonder, what is my purpose?
Right.
Who am I? Why am I here? So there's so many different levels of crashing out, and sometimes all of them combine. And so those are the signs when you notice that you're in fight or flight mode, or you just have physical exhaustion, your brain fog. This is your body's way of telling you, slow down. These are the symptoms that your body is giving you that you need to slow down.
Okay.
But many times we don't listen.
Right.
And I feel a big part of that is because of society. We are told, go.
Right.
Go harder, go stronger, be better. It's not acceptable to be mediocre. So we feel if we're not keeping up with the Joneses, if we're not keeping up and working harder and being better every day, that there's something wrong with us. Right. It's a balance. Life is a balance. Yes, sometimes you can go at 180 miles an hour with your life and get things done. And sometimes your body needs to slow down. And I feel actually that we need to change the perspective of crashing out and realize that crashing out many times is a soul level upgrade. What it feels like is that, or what it does what the crash out does is it breaks that false identity so that our true identity can rise.
Okay.
It's our body's way of saying, take a pause before the expansion.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't want to let that happen. We have to keep going and going and going until your body just crashes. You notice that your immune system breaks down. It's the first thing to break down. You start getting sick all the time. And what do? Instead of staying home and letting your body rest, you're still going to work, trying to go at 120 miles an hour. Mm-hmm. You know, you're still trying to go, even though you're sick and your body's telling you help. It's like a butterfly that goes into a cocoon. You need that time, that space, so that you can emerge better. You can expand. You're expand and become anew.
Okay. So when we try to go through all that, when we try to expand, when we try to get to the point of how do we cope with all that? How do we get to a point like, okay, this is just too much. This is just, I just want to, just like I say, I just want to pull out all the hairs of my head because I want to slap this boy and he just is not listening, you know?
Well, and that's different for everyone. I think if you listen to yourself, you get those signs before you want to slap that boy and pull out all your hair. If you're getting to the point where you want to curse at everyone and pull out all your hair, most likely you're already at that crash out. Right. You're already in the midst of that crash out. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, for many people, they can lose everything during those crash outs.
Oh, yeah.
Their entire life, their marriage, house, businesses, everything comes falling apart. And if you listen to those steps before that happens, most times it doesn't need to crash down all at once like that. You can give your time, your mind, your body the space that it needs to grow and expand without having the chaos.
You know, when I think about the undressed triggers, right? I think of them like an old wound, like
a what?
Like an old wound.
Like an old womb.
Wound.
Room.
Wound.
I'm like, there's no such thing as old womb.
A wound. Like it's like it's, you know how like an old wound, like it's never cleaned.
Yeah.
You know, but because it's still there. There's nothing under the surface. Mm-hmm. You know, it's just waiting for someone or something to touch it. Mm. Like just recently, I had a wound on my knee, a fresh one, right?
Okay.
And I'm putting all this medications, stuff on it and everything so it can like
heal.
So it can heal. Mm-hmm. And then we get to the point it starts scabbing up. And then what do? We start picking at it. Mm. We start picking and kept picking and kept picking and kept. It
would have healed faster if you stopped picking.
You know.
Yep.
And that was the thing. And I was like, when I was doing that, and I'm still to this day, I'm still picking at it. Mm. And I'm like, wow, how much stuff comes out of just the simplest stuff, the simplest things. Mm. You know, we're picking at this wound. If we just left it alone, it'll heal faster. Yeah. Wow. Yep.
But we always have to be messing with things.
Yeah, because we're like, oh, it's not going away that fast enough, so we got to keep picking at it. Mm. But then at the same time, when we're still picking at it and we keep picking at it and keep picking at it, we're just damaging it even more.
Right.
Making it look crazy, making it look not presentable. Mm-hmm. But if you just left it alone and let it heal on its own, then it'll look presentable.
Let the air, the oxygen do what it's supposed to do.
Exactly.
With an open wound.
See, look at that. Mm-hmm. Look at the wound.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good analogy there.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I you know, I was normally when I talk about different topics and come up with stuff like that, I sometimes, well, not sometimes, but all the time run it through my coworkers.
Okay.
And some of them, they have a mind full of, you know, they just want to talk and want to talk and want to talk. and they will give you their feedbacks. Okay. And when they give you their feedbacks, it's the type of feedback that I'll let you know this, but don't bring me on the show. That's
I have those friends.
You know, right?
I have those friends. So I want to hear their feedback.
All right, so
you wrote it down?
Not all of them, but I did write this one though. It said he was giving me some strategies to avoid a crash out. Okay.
Okay.
So what he's saying is like talk the solution. Okay. And I was like, why? Because because he said I'm not here just to call you out. I'm here to give you tools. So I was like, okay. So basically, let's talk about the solution.
Okay.
And
form of therapy.
pretty much. And then let's go ahead and just get some tools out so we can help you minimize all that, you know, get it under control. You know? Oh, okay. That was good. That was good. Then I asked my other coworker. I said, what do you think? Because we're all in the break room.
Okay.
You know, when we're doing all this. So I asked one over here, then one over there, you know. So he goes, journaling, therapy, prayer, even a workout. You need somewhere to pour that energy before it spills out sideways.
I agree with all of that. Actually, journaling is on my list of things too, except for working out. It depends on what kind of burnout you're talking about, because if it's physical burnout, you're physically exhausted, and pushing your body what it really needs is nurturing, is not going to feed your soul. It's not going to elevate your spirit.
Okay.
So when you feel that physical burnout, you can't even move your body. That's when you need nurturing, gentle, maybe some yoga.
Okay.
Maybe some meditation. What I suggest, instead of the hard workouts, walking meditations. Don't run. Don't try to exert yourself. Just slow, paceful. I call them walking meditations because walking can be very meditative.
Okay.
And you just go into your zone and you allow yourself to feel what you need to feel. But gentle, nurturing movements. And really, I feel that way about anytime you go through a burnout, acknowledging it. I need to get that. I'm in burnout. I'm crashing out right now. I'm overstimulated. Whatever it is that you're feeling, acknowledge it. Acknowledge is like this 12-step program. Acknowledging is the first step of anything. So if you acknowledge it, say it out loud and say, I'm going to give myself time and space and nurture myself out of this. Journaling is great. And then what I suggest also is giving yourself a big hug. Just like put your arms out to the side, wrap your arms around you, and just squeeze yourself for like a good 30 seconds. Love yourself, because what you need right now, the reason you're not talking about your crash out is because you don't want judgment. You don't want people to judge you or thinking you're weak or you're lazy or whatever it is. So you keep trying to go and go. So even if you're by yourself, giving yourself a nice hug and squeezing and showing love and compassion to yourself, saying I love you to yourself, that's what we need. We don't need more go to the gym and go, go, go. No, what you need is love. What you need is nourishment. Eat healthy, drink lots of water, take nice slow walks, do some breath work, some meditation. Sorry, I'm going off. You continue with what else you need.
No. You're on it. You're on it because when what you just said about the breath, it was when you feel that triggers hit, take a breath before you respond.
And there's a lot of different breathing techniques out there.
Because you know. It's one of those things that I know some people in their minds right now, it's easier said than done. You know, yeah. I mean, it could be that point, but at the same time, it is easy to take a breath. it is easy to take a time out.
Sometimes that's all we can do is breathe. And my kids always know when I'm going through something because I stop and I go, and I take that deep breath and they go, uh-oh. And I was like, I just needed a moment to breathe. I have that deep breath. And sometimes that's all you can do. You can't control your boss. You can't control your coworkers. You can't control your kids. You can't control the choices other people make. The only thing you can control in life is yourself. So being able to take a deep breath when you're feeling overwhelmed, that's what you got. In that moment, you might not be able to take a yoga session or, take 5 minutes to yourself to do something. All you have is that breath.
And that was the thing, though. It's like I was talking to my niece today and letting her know that, yes, times can get hard. Just life can get just hard, But at the same time, what we do for ourselves in this life to make ourselves better, is to take a step back, And we have to do that every now and then. Just take a step back and then refocus yourself.
Right.
And just get to that point that, it's okay to have a me day. It's okay, because growing up, I never knew what a me day was. It was no such thing as take time. What?
Right.
Well, you better get over there and get to work and do something, and that was my whole thing of growing up,
Right.
Because you just got to go out there and make things happen for yourself.
Yeah.
Until when I got to adulthood and started to get...
Isn't that crazy, too, that you didn't even know about me day till you were already an adult, father, husband?
Exactly. That's when I found out about it.
Right?
That's when I'm like, me, what? What is this? And then once I started seeing other people doing and hearing what other people were doing, and I was like, I need to try that. So when I did start trying it, oh, yeah.
It helps. You could see the change, right?
Oh, yeah. You just, once you get that step back and you because when you have kids, me days is very crucial.
Yes, it is.
So, I mean, I don't care if you go to a park. I don't care if you just go outside and walk around. Just have some time.
Right.
Just get there to that point and be like, okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it can be very hard out there. And because the thing is that you don't want to end up, regretting certain things that you'll be doing,
Right.
Going out there robbing a bank, going out there, hitting somebody, because you're crashing out, You don't want to do all that. You want to be that type of person and be like, okay, let me step back, take a breather. Okay, let's redirect it and let's see what other direction we can take this.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, man.
Yeah, I think about the biggest crash out that I ever had was, of course, during my divorce. And when I said earlier that a crash out, what it does is it breaks your false identity so your true self can rise. I feel that wholeheartedly because when I had my crash out, I lost all sense of who I was. I was a mother, a wife. That was my identity. This is my purpose. So now what's my purpose? I'm not a wife anymore. Now I have to share the kids 50% of the time. Like, who am I? It shattered my identity, who I am. I didn't know what Christy liked doing without her kids. Everything, it's like, well, do something for yourself. Well, doing something for myself always consists of my children, doing something with my children, or, let's go take a dance class together. Let's go to a movie together. It was always with someone. So I started taking myself on dates. I'm going to go for dance class with myself. I'm going to take myself to dinner and a movie. And that was so powerful because I really started to find what Christy likes, what Christy really is about. I started to find things out about myself that I never knew. I never had the opportunity. I thought that my husband and my children knew all there was to know about Christy, and here I am learning, wow, there's more to Christy than I even realized.
Yep.
And so it's very powerful, but it took that crash out to learn, to rise again and learn what is Christy really about. So what is Christy's purpose? I found that out after the crash out. So not bad things always come from crashing out. A lot of times, I'd say all the time, it's good. It's good because that's when we rise and that's when we come out anew. And much like, the butterfly that comes out of the cocoon, that's what happens with us. So we lose our identity. We lose everything that we thought we were. Now we're learning ourselves all over again. And there was another point that I was going to make, and I'm sure it'll come back to me.
So basically, when you start to reinvent yourself to the point of getting to know who you are, then new changes, new identity, newness comes your way.
Yes. So what I remember what I was going to say is instead of looking at it as a bad thing, like we always think, we can't talk about this because we'll be judged. People will judge us. They'll think we're lazy or we, this or that. Talking about it is very powerful, and also changing our perspective on it, changing our perspective on the actual crash out itself, having gratitude for it. I find it so interesting. I was talking to someone the other day about praying, and we were talking about how everyone prays for things that they want.
Yeah.
What about praying and showing gratitude for all the bad things that have happened? So I've changed the way that I pray or meditate or, whatever it is that I do, the steps that I take. Instead of, when people say, oh, God bless for that. God bless me for this meal. God bless me for everything. It's the good and the bad.
Yeah.
What we would perceive as negatives are God's blessings also. They are just as important as the positives. We don't appreciate and we do not show gratitude for the negative things that happen in our life, but they need to be shown gratitude just as much as the positive.
Okay.
So I remember one of my yoga teachers saying one time when I was going through training, she said, my house burnt down. It caught on fire. And everyone's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And she goes, first thing I said, thank you, God. Thank you, God. Everyone's going, thank you, God. Why would you say thank you, God? Your house just burned down. And she goes, thank you, God. There is a reason for this. I might not know the reason, but my animals just happen to be out of the house. They're okay. My husband's okay. I'm okay. Thank you, God.
Yeah.
Even though her house might be crumbling down and everything that she's worked for 50 or so years, all the things she's accumulated, all those memories that all of normal people would be like, no, it would make them fall apart. Well, her first reaction was, thank you, God.
Yeah.
That changed me right there. When I heard that story, I started saying, thank you, God, for anytime something bad happens, or even if I have a fight with my kids and I feel myself tense up, I go, thank you, God. Thank you, God, for everything, not just the good stuff. Everything is a blessing. You might not know why it's happening, but it's happening for a reason, and it is a gift. The bad things are a gift just as much as the good.
Yep. It is, exactly, because you learn from them all, from both of them. Both sides of it. Either way you go, you're going to get something out of it. The bad, it's going to be growth. The good, it's going to be better than what it was before. So regardless of which way it go, you're gonna get something out of it.
Yeah.
That's really true. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Wow, man. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. But I wanted to say something about this one here.
Yes. What else you got?
What was it? Here it is. It says, what did he say here? Oh, if something or someone keeps triggering you, set that boundary now. You can't keep putting yourself in the fire and be shocked when you get burned. So basically, yeah, it's like, I mean, why are you getting upset when you putting yourself in that predicament?
Yeah. So say something now, but then also maybe instead of putting it on someone else, going inward and saying, why am I being triggered by this?
Yeah.
Doing the deeper work.
Yeah, reflection. Yeah. Yeah, because that right there, but see, the thing is, though, we don't, well, not, I'm going to say everyone, but some people don't really see it like that. They just go through the motions. They just go through it because it's like, that's something that they're used to doing. If it's a trigger, it's like normalcy for them. You know, they can't thrive or they can't do anything if it's not triggering.
Right.
If it's not.
And I call that the blame game with my kids because it's your fault that I did this and it's your fault that I can't do this and it's your fault.
Yeah.
And I'm going, okay, take some responsibility. Why are you so triggered you feel that you can't do this without me? Or why do you feel that I need to be the one to do this for you? You know, maybe go inward instead of blaming others for the reason your life is the way it is.
Yeah.
Go inward.
Yeah.
Why am I having these triggers and making excuses for not making my life what I want it to be?
Especially, yeah, I have someone. Yeah.
You are thinking about someone in particular, you know.
I won't say his name. I won't say he's my son, but I won't say that.
Not going to point fingers at my children,
right?
But Yep. I think anyone who has kids has one.
Yeah, because the world is his oyster. Everything revolves around him. You know.
Yes,
so,
and it's supposed to all be handed to them instead of them actually having to do the work.
Come on now.
To do it.
I'm like, dude, no, it don't work like that.
There's always an excuse or a reason why they couldn't do it themselves, or
Yeah. You're supposed to. You're the parent. Whoa. You know what I tell my kids, like, look. I said, once you turned 18, my job is done.
Right.
Once you turn 21, your job starts. So then it was like, what between 18 and 21, between 18 and 21, you're figuring out how to get your job started. So once that age gets to you and you're ready to go, you're ready to get out there and do your thing. You know. So, but if you don't, then
that's not necessarily the way it really works, though.
No, it don't, because you're still getting on the couch playing games and all. No. See, but it's like I say, it goes back to, you know, even though we can talk about it or we can put suggestions out there and everything, it's going to be up to the person to actually decide if they really want to go that direction. Right. You know, if they really want to say, okay, this is it, I'm done, I need to get back on track, I need to get this going, you know, I need to have the mindset to want to do better for myself, you know, because look at it, your life is only one life. You know, so no one can live your life for you. Right. So once that life is gone, that's it. So if you wanted to, you know, do more things in your life, you got to get your life on track. You got to get it going. You know, because I mean, people are falling from the left and right, and all of a sudden you be saying, man, yeah, you can go on a deeper level, but like, was it all of a sudden? That's God's timing and all that? Sometimes it gets to a point, you know, we do it to ourselves. We end our lives ourselves sooner than what we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, because I go back to the point, like, we live back in the Bible day, people were living 800, 900 years old, right? And you be like, what happened to that? You know, well, because of what we're doing to our bodies now. That's why what they say, the average age is what, 80, 90 years old?
Yeah, I think it's like 80.
80 something. So it's like, dude, it's like, imagine yourself eating the proper way and doing what you're supposed to do, you know. And this one lady had the opportunity to experience a longer life. She's still here, 115.
Damn.
Yes, and looking really good, looking like she's 90. You know, but. And the thing is like, you know, when people live like over 100 years old, and the first thing they ask them, well, how do you do it? You know, and it's like, well, how do you do it is when you eat right, when you really go out there and you walk and you take care of yourself.
Yes.
And
all parts of yourself,
all
mentally,
parts.
spiritually, physically, everything.
Exactly, because you're staying away from drama. You're staying away from, you know, I was always told. They said, like, look, this is my my godbrother. He was like, tell me, he said, Floyd, never run to a fire. I was like, huh? He was like, never run to a fire, because once you run to that fire, you might get burnt. And I was like, well, there are some fires I would love to run to. And he was like, no, because look at it. You would thank me, because once you run to that fire, you're always going to get wrapped up in what's going on in that situation.
Right.
You know.
Very true.
Because you're going to be like wanted to be that person that want to help. You want to be that one that want to listen all the time. You want to be the. I mean, it's always going to be something that you're going to be wanting to do. You know.
Right.
But if you were not to be there, then that's a day that you done did for yourself. That's another day longer, another day that you live longer.
Right.
You know. So I'm like, yeah, I learned my lesson on that.
Yeah. Do you want to give all your energy to a situation that's has nothing to do with you?
Have nothing.
Not
to do
your
with
problem.
You. That's
Why
right.
are you going to waste your life force energy on that?
And that's what man. And then they asked me, they said, Floyd, I've seen people that I haven't seen since elementary school. And when I see them, I'm like, sometimes I don't even recognize them. And some of the people the only reason why I recognize them is because of Facebook or, you know, social media. And the ones that I don't see on there, I have no clue, but they so do know me. They like, boy, you have not changed a bit. You look the same. I'm like, they be like, what are you doing to keep this? I was like, hey, I don't do drama.
Yeah, no drama. No drama.
I try to leave that stuff alone, you know. I said
that will take years off your life if you learn to keep to yourself and stop getting in everyone else's business.
And that's the thing, though. It's like I said before, people thrive on stuff like that.
They do.
Because they like, oh, yeah, what's the next thing? What's the next gossip? What's the next, you know?
They
let me
feed off of that.
Yeah,
They love the drama.
Yeah. You know, and there was one, they gossip all the time. And I'm like, yeah, no, I just walk away. You know, I was just like, yeah, no, I don't need to hear all that. You know, don't you want to know what? No, I'm good. Because if I needed to know, then they would be in front of me telling me.
They need to take a chapter out of your book.
So I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good. And they're like, what? Did you hear what happened on? No, I don't. No, I didn't hear the news. What happened on the news? I didn't hear the news. You know. No.
There's a reason I do not watch the news.
Right. You know, like, yeah, no.
I'm a much happier, more peaceful person not watching the news.
Yeah, I'm like, because it's like you get people, like I say, they thrive off of mess. You know, they turn on the TV, they turn on the radio, they turn on the news channels and stuff, and they just indulge in all that stuff. You know, and I'm like, yeah, no. If it's gonna threaten me personally, then I will find out. Okay, but if it has nothing to do with me, I'm keeping it moving.
Yeah,
that's it. Because all this crashing out I be seeing people doing, I don't need to be a part of that.
Right.
So I'm good. I'm good.
So what is your advice that you have when people are in the midst of a crash out? We've got some good ones already, but what do you have any other advice for those people?
I would say, let's see. We all have breaking points, but crashing out doesn't have to be your story. You can catch it before it catches you. Okay. So I would challenge people. I would challenge you to take 5 minutes a day and write down your 3 trigger points. And the ones you know send you in spinning, and then ask yourself, what's one way I can deal with this before I let it make me crash out? You know,
I like that.
Yeah, because it's because you got to look at it. Crashing out doesn't necessarily, it's not just a circle within your environment which you are around. It stretches out way farther than that. It goes to your jobs, it goes to your outings, it goes to your whatever event you're at. It goes there because it's always going to be somebody who says something or do something that tips you off.
Right. And what I really like about what you said with writing it down and coming up with the ways that you can deal with it, what happens within you is it helps you to be able to respond rather than react.
Right.
So when that happens, you already have had this scenario in your head. You've written it down. You've come up with techniques so you can respond instead of react. Yeah. So I really like that. I think journaling, I was not an advocate of journaling at all when I was younger because I just didn't like to sit down and write. I was too lazy. But now, after seeing how much it helps us to process the information, and even triggers, when you're triggered by something, just sitting there and writing it down, it helps you to process what you're feeling. Yep. So then after you're done journaling, most of the time, it doesn't even matter. You've let it go. It's like, okay, well, that's not even that big of a deal. It's you're able to let it pass. But I think journaling, writing things down is a great way, a great tool to have, great technique.
It is. It's one of those coping mechanisms that you can actually, focus on. You can actually be in that room by yourself and just, it's like a prayer closet. You just go in that room by yourself and just start writing.
Yeah.
And just doing that. And you just never know. You might come up with some other stuff.
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh, wait a minute.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, just like, okay, you're doing that, because you got to look at it. I would say go there and do that because with crashing out, I mean, at some point, you can lose your job, you can lose a relationship, you can lose your freedom, So I would say, you want to start doing these things just to help you out.
Yeah.
So hey, we're not here to.
And sometimes there's no pumping the brakes on the crushing out. The crashing out has to happen for you to evolve. It just has to happen. You would never think of doing your dream job unless you lost the job that you're in. Sometimes you have to lose something and completely crash out to evolve and expand. But a lot of times that crash out is unnecessary. It doesn't need to happen.
It does, yeah. It is very unnecessary.
So I have a few notes that I made on that I wanted to make sure that I mentioned for my advice on crashing out. First and foremost, nourishment. Have got to nourish your body.
Okay.
Be kind, be loving, hydrate. We are 80% water.
Yes.
We need to hydrate our body. A lot of times we're going, we forget to drink. And you can make it almost like a ritual when you're drinking your water, saying kind things to yourself while you're drinking the water. Water is so powerful and carries the energy of words. So saying kind things to yourself as you're drinking that water. Walking meditation that I mentioned is great. Taking slow strides, those walks, grounding. So powerful. Put your feet in the grass, lay in the grass. I love to lay in the grass and look up at the stars. Lay there and just breathe. Put one hand on your heart, one hand on your abdomen, lay in the grass and breathe. That grounding will help regulate your nervous system. So powerful. There's a bunch of different breathing techniques, a bunch of different yoga postures. Legs up the wall is a great one. I suggest legs up the wall because it helps to with your circulation. So if you have some stuck energy, you lay down on the ground, put your legs up the wall, and you just lay there. It's very easy, very relaxing, great for your nervous system. Also, child's pose, that's a great one. If you need a little movement, cat and cow, that's good. Although if you don't need the movement, don't do cat and cow. Sometimes we just need to lay there with our legs up the wall. We've got reclined bound angle, supported reclined bound angle where you lay down. And this is a great one if you're watching TV. And I would show you, but I'm in a dress right now, so I can't. But you lay back, your knees open, your feet come together and your knees open.
Okay.
And put some pillows underneath your knees so that way they're supported. But not only does this open your heart center gently, it also releases the tension in your hips where we hold a lot of trauma. So if you're having that overwhelming feelings of burnout, releasing some trauma in the hips gently, even while you're watching TV and you're laying down at night in your bed, opening up your knees, putting your feet together, right? Journal while you do it. That's a great one as well. Humming. Oh. Humming is great because it stimulates the vagus nerve, which is right back here. It stimulates the vagus nerve, and it basically takes us out of fight or flight into nurturing and care.
Okay.
So,
Humming.
you just, you want to sing along with the song, you start humming, feel all that vibration in your head. Humming is great too. Yes, tapping. There's different tapping techniques. Like there's the butterfly tapping. So if you take your hands like a butterfly and bring your thumbs together, bring it at your heart center, and then just tap one side at a time. That helps to regulate your nervous system. Do that for 3 to 5 minutes. Butterfly tapping, that's great.
Butterfly tapping.
Okay. There's somatic shaking. And there's no wrong way to do it. I can tell you, you can stand up and bend your knees and kind of start with the bounce and then let your body shake as it goes. My favorite, and because we're sitting also, is I start with my hands. Start with my hands. I shake, I shake, I shake, I shake. Then I do my elbows. Then I start with my head. And before you know it, you do that for 3 to 5 minutes. That will regulate your nervous system as well. That's really good. Anytime you're feeling some type of way that you don't want to feel that way, shake. That's my go-to where I'm like, oh, I don't like this. Okay, I'm shaking. So somatic shaking, that's a great one. We got journal. Journaling is great. What else did I put here? Oh, yes, hugging yourself. Gotta hug yourself. Give yourself a big, nice hug. And I want to see you sway back and forth. Let's see you do it, Floyd. You're just looking at me. I want to see like squeeze. No, I want to see you like grab around and squeeze yourself. And I want to see you rock back and forth. I want to see you Twisting. See, yes, doesn't that feel good? And do this for at least 30 seconds. Just hug yourself. This is so powerful.
I love myself.
I love me. Hug yourself. This right here, I'm telling you, is so powerful.
Yes.
The hug.
Okay.
Yes, do that for 30 seconds. I don't think it was 30 seconds, Floyd.
It was more than 30 seconds.
It felt like 30 minutes. So let's see. We've got some different breathing techniques that we have. Oh, and then also mantras. Use kind words to yourself. And it can be, any mantra that whatever you're going through. Make a mantra, use mantras. Different breath works. One that I always suggest is alternate nostril breathing. I think I've taught you this before, where you close your right nostril with your right thumb, and then you inhale through your left nostril. Plug your left nostril with your pinky or your ring finger, and exhale through the right nostril. I'm breathing deep. Now release. Plug your right nostril back up with your thumb. Inhale. Plug. Exhale. And there's actually different ways to do this, so you can inhale and exhale out the nostril. Plug up. Inhale, exhale out the other nostril, but you're alternating nostrils. Okay. And you do that for 3 to 5 minutes, and that actually helps to balance your hemispheres. There's the box breathing, 4-4-4-4. Inhale 4 seconds, hold 4 seconds, exhale 4 seconds, hold 4 seconds. Do that 3 to 5 minutes. We have 4-7-8 breathing. You inhale 4 seconds, hold for 7 seconds, exhale for 8 seconds. There's so many different breathing techniques that help to regulate the nervous system, balance out the hemispheres. It helps with stress, anxiety, sleep. So if you're having a hard time sleeping because you're having too much stress, try a box breathing or the 4-7-8 breathing.
4-7-8 breathing.
Yep.
I'm gonna do that. Great. I'm gonna do that. That's gonna be because I've recently got into a format that I'm starting to do certain things, like your meditation, like your I haven't got to do the breathing yet, so I'm gonna start doing that. The whole different types of breathing. I'm gonna start doing that. But yeah, so I've been doing a little something here and there, trying to have a me day.
Good.
Me time.
During your me time, you got to make sure you're breathing.
Yes.
Do some breathing, meditation, journaling, yoga poses.
And I've went to I won't say I didn't go anywhere, but it was like I always say go. I went when you're in the house and you go into your room in your certain part of your room and stuff. So I always say I went somewhere, but it was in my room. But yeah, so I go in there, and you know how you just go in there and you just start to think about certain things.
Yeah.
And just wonder. So yeah, I started to think about certain things and things that I would like to do. And things that I've thought that I should be doing, that I should have been doing a while back, but it's starting to come now that, okay, now I should be doing this, So,
but you're doing it now. It doesn't matter if you did it then or now. You're doing it.
Right. So, and that's where I'm at right now. I'm just trying to do stuff, trying to do things.
Good.
So, yeah.
Make sure you get your different breathing techniques in there.
Yeah, I'm most definitely do that. Yeah, I'm because my breathing is like, on my way to work, I'm like,
deep breaths. But hey, at least you're taking those deep breaths.
Right,
Deep breaths are Deep breathing is deep living, is what I always say. If you breathe shallow, you live shallow. Do you want to live a shallow life, or do you want to live a deep life? So at least you're taking those deep breaths. That means you're living.
Yeah, right? Oh, man. All right, so let's wrap this up. Anything else, Christy?
Burnout is not the end. It's just the beginning, and it's your body's way of giving you signs that you are evolving. You're moving on to newer, better things. So your body's trying to give you that pause before you expand. So treat yourself with kindness and love. Don't go bury yourself in a bottle or drugs to try to get through it, because that's just going to make it worse. Yeah. And there's ways, there's tools and techniques to get through it, and you got this.
Yeah, most definitely. You most definitely got it. So, and I say this, as you go through your life and you get all the burning out, the crashing out, and all that stuff going on in your life, just take a step back and just be like, okay, take that deep breath and be like, I can do this. I can stand tall, 2 toes down. Let's get it going.
Yeah.
Let's back up, and we can make some positive moves here, and let's make things happen. Because the thing is, like I said before, it's only one life, and you got to live it.
Shake it off, walk it off.
So, all right.
All right.
Thank you, Christy.
Yes, thank you, Floyd.
All right. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank y'all for listening and tuning in, and we'll see you next week. Peace. Oh.
I was like, are we not saying our usual?
See.
What's happening?
I was like.
Peace. I'm like, what?
I was like, okay. No, we're going to head in this. Ready?
Yep.
Love.
Love.
Peace. And soul.